all right. This is the first episode we've actually done pre-game.
That's not true, actually. We did the
Isn't
very
it?
first episode was a pre-match thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
did we?
Hmm.
So this is maybe the first pre-FA Cup match.
That could be.
It must be.
Coys.
Yeah, so this is a big one. Tomorrow, we're recording
Massive.
Thursday afternoon in US time. This is a big one
Massive.
playing Man City. I don't think we generally or necessarily understand the bigness of it all. The FA Cup and the history of it goes back, decades and decades in the annals of like English football. But I think a lot of people are looking forward to this. We haven't been past the fifth round in quite a long time, I think.
Trophies. We need trophies. We need to fill up that
Yeah.
cabinet. We need to stop all the talk. We need to. It's the ominous. You need to have some hardware in your cabinet. We need it.
I do, and I'm not sure I even care about this in the sort of the this growth, this project, this Ange Postecoglou project, but it would be nice, and I think they're going to take it very seriously. I think that there's an element of people that I've been listening to and watching that some people think that having Man City in this round is a good thing. You're going to have to play them at some point to get past it. On the other hand, it would be nice to maybe play a round or two before you have to face them. But I kind of
You got to beat the best to be the best.
I mean, that's true. I kind of am in the camp that I'd like to see this game. I'd like to see it now, and I want to see them win, and I think they can.
Yeah. The only potential downfall, and I'm not trying to put any bad juju out there, but your potential squad looks so much better than it has of late, especially with Madison maybe starting. Postecoglou saying that he's there to start if I choose to do that. But you're still missing Son. You're still missing the boys at the AFCON. So, it would be nice to go in Man City at full strength, but we'll see. We've beaten them before. We did okay earlier in the year against them, didn't we?
So maybe well, they haven't scored a goal, and the fact
At
that
home,
I
yes.
think they're kind of freaking out that they drew us in this round at our house. And
Man City's not freaking out about anybody. They are creme de la creme.
They're a little wigged out about having to face us, and I don't even know if they really care about. I mean, they are the current holders. They're clearly going on to probably win the league and then probably win Champions League too. But do they really care about the FA Cup? I'm sure they do, particularly as holders. But where was I going with that? But I think maybe that's where we could start. Like, what do you think about the starting lineup? And then maybe how that might play into any prediction that we have. So I think we could start at the back. I don't think there's any question.
No
Start
change.
strong.
No change from the back. You're gonna have
Vicario,
Porro, Romero, Van de
Ven, Odogi.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the middle, that's where it gets kind of interesting in the midfield.
I think he's going to come out with Benson Kerr. I think he's going to come out with Madison. And I think he's going to play Kulusevski. I think those are going to be your three in the midfield. And then you're going to have Johnson and Burner on the outside. And Richie's up top.
Really?
Yeah.
So Kulusevski.
Richie hat-trick coming this way.
Instead of like a Skip or Højbjerg.
Speaking nonsense right now. I don't even know. Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna come. You have to put your.
But who's your holding midfielder? I mean, I feel like
Bentancur.
to me, if Bentancur, I don't know. I feel he's more. I think he's more suited for that kind of 8 role, that link between. I don't know, the back of I don't think he necessarily supports the back line as well as like a Skip or a Højbjerg might do, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think you have to come out with this, and I think the transfer market's playing with my brain a little bit. I don't think Skip's with us. He's going to be fine. I think you're going to hold on to him. I think Højbjerg, he's a toss-up. I don't know. And I don't know if it matters. So he'll come on, I think, either way. But I think I,
Are you
if
saying
I
this because
were,
that you're worried about them leaving and them getting playing time tomorrow? Like that's what's
yeah,
playing with your
potentially, like,
oh
you don't want if there are potential suitors, like, hey, hold off on Hoiberg. We don't want to see him get hurt before he comes our way or whatever.
fine.
Um, yeah, but bring him off the bench. Like, I think if I were Ange, I would be sort of doing what I was doing at the beginning of the year, and that's when we saw Hoiberg at his best, was coming off of the bench and playing really well, not just. And you guys can say what you want, but I think that those first, that 8 or 9 games when we were still pretty healthy, he came off or came on and he looked really good. And then he went back into his little antics when he was starting. But I'd love to see sort of like that super sub Hoiberg coming on.
Hmm. I don't know. I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced of that three. I think you need a little bit more steel,
Convinced
particularly
of Bentancur, Madison, and
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 you're
uh
saying that sorry, Kulu is not going to be that steal?
I don't think the steel is there. I think you need more like I don't know, because I don't think Bentancur or I don't think Kulu is going to run around like Sar does.
No, he
I
won't.
don't think anybody's going to run around like Sar does. I think you need a little bit of that person that's going to like go after everything, and I'm not sure that midfield provides that. I think if you have Skip or Hoiberg in there, they're going to chase. You might have to have somebody in there to mark like De Bruyne. He's going to be in there whether he starts or whether he comes in as a sub. You need to have. They're going to be pressing. They're going to be passing the shit out of us, and you need people chasing balls down. And I'm not sure that
And that's why you got
that
your back line to be able to help out with that.
yeah.
Isn't that going to be kind of what your inverted fullbacks are going to do? They're going to be the
I
ones
think
that are.
I don't know. I guess to me I'd like a little more control in the midfield, but I mean I'm okay with that lineup. I'm
And
not sure if that's what's
when you
going to
say
happen, but
control, you're speaking on the defensive half, because I can't think of
I
a
think I
much
think
better
we
three that's got better control on the ball than those three.
no, yeah, I think we need more steel. I think we need more like somebody that's going to, if we're going to have our fullbacks invert, all that stuff that Ange does, I think you need more like a Basuma. And I don't
Yeah.
know who's going to play that Basuma role if you
No, I
have
mean,
Kulusevski in there. I think if you have Hoiberg or Skip, that's where they go
okay, so then you put a Hoiberg, you put a Skip back there, you put, excuse me, Kulu on the right, and then
potentially.
Johnson's out. You put
Maybe, and
Johnson on
then
the
have
bench.
Johnson come in for a change of pace. I think he's been playing a lot. I think maybe he needs a little bit of a break.
I
Apparently, he's
agree.
been getting a lot of grief from fans, so I think it might not be a bad opportunity to put Kulu out there on the right. But
Yep.
again,
Or
I think
Ange
either
says,
way
"Hey,
is
go prove
fine
him
with
wrong.
me.
Go prove him wrong." Puts
I'm good
him.
with I trust Ange. In Ange we trust.
No, I mean,
But
I
like
agree. I think
on the Man City side, you've got
doesn't matter who you have. I mean, you could put anybody in there and
they're
on
so
their
good.
team, and it's going to be somebody that you'd like to have on your
No,
team.
no Holland. Apparently he's out, which is I don't know if that's good
Is
or
that a
bad.
for sure? Like,
I
I
saw
was sort of
something just
anticipating like a Benson Kerr return for him, because he's back in training.
before we came online. I thought that they had said that he won't play, but
Well,
I don't
fingers
know if that's
crossed,
true.
but it doesn't mean that they don't have 10 other guys that can put the ball in the back of the net.
I mean, Rodri is amazing and probably the best in the position in the world. And then you've got that kid. What's the kid's name? Uh,
The is he on the left side?
no,
Doku? Is it Doku?
no, no. Well, yeah, he might. But that's a question too, whether he plays or whether it's uh Grealish.
Phil
No,
Foden,
They
throw
all, yeah,
Foden,
Odin,
Foden.
Alvarez, they can all
Yeah,
score.
Alvarez.
Foden,
Yeah,
Alvarez. I mean, they're so dangerous.
Which is this like, yes, you've got everything that's happened in the past since we've gotten the stadium where they've come here and they haven't scored a goal. Um, but it's always in the back of my mind. It's Man
It's going to be
City.
an
I mean,
amazing game.
it
I feel like it's going to be one of those games where it could be like so many. There could be so many goals, or there could be none.
at least one. No, we've got to put it in the back of the net
We
and
have to
take
keep
it.
scoring,
Yeah.
and I don't know what the it's what's the
I
this
think the line was 3.5
this
earlier.
I have to think. I guess we could go into the our predictions now. Part of me thinks it depends on whether Madison starts or not. But I think it's going to go. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be like a 2-2, 3-3 draw. I think if we don't win tomorrow night, we're not going to win it. So I think there are going to be a lot of chances taken. So it could be like, a draw, but then if we start taking chances late, it could be a massacre. It could be like, we could lose 5-2. But I think it's the sort of game where Ange is going to feel we need to win tonight or tomorrow night, or it's not going to happen. Like if we go back to the Etihad and we, on a replay,
Yeah.
we'll not win. I don't know.
Maybe not. I agree. It's got to be a good game. And by
It's
good,
going to be so much fun
Man
to
City's
watch.
got to be garbage. Let's just have them come out and really just suck it up so we can push forward and say that we beat the best and now we just can sort of finish our way through. But no, it'll be tough. I think I hope it's a fun game. I hope, there's probably gonna be some early on goals. I think we're gonna come out and try and score immediately. And especially if Madison plays, I think that's gonna be like a nice little kickstart. And if we can do that right away and sort of build that momentum with him being back, and it's going to transfer over
It could be.
into
I
the
mean,
Premier League and
that's a
How
great
about how
point.
about a Madison goal early? That would be like, I mean, that place would erupt. The
goal or
vibes would be
assist or
so hot. Like, I think something like that. I feel like he needs to make an immediate, not an, he doesn't need to. I mean, he's proved himself this season before the injury, but like,
right.
I think he needs to make a statement coming out early. Like, I'm back. Like, this is the team that we're gonna take far this season. And I was
That's a
just getting ready to say the over/under's at 3.5. So like, they're predicting goals. I mean, three
Yeah,
and a
you'd be
half
crazy
is
not to
modest.
really
Yeah.
though.
I
All
mean,
right,
that's
Sam.
a
So I'm gonna make the prediction for you. You're calling for a James Madison free kick goal.
why not open
That's what's
play?
happening.
No, I think
Because
that's
give
a.
him
I
all the
think
glory. Give
I
him
think
that
that's a.
like,
You've got
oh,
you've
James
got
Madison,
Yeah.
everybody's just right outside the box.
Just
Him
maybe,
just right over
throwing
the
a
and
right
then
over
and
the
throwing a
then
wall,
dart.
he
corner
like
net.
he
Like
like
it's
he like moves the ball a couple of inches every time the camera moves
that's
away
some
to.
horse shit. That was garbage. It's like
Uh
you're back your first game from being sort of reprimanded for your
and
behavior,
you're cheating.
and now you're cheating. It's I
I
mean,
know.
that's a quality character if I ever saw.
I
I mean,
know.
it's ridiculous.
I know. Anyway, but I think Sam brings up a good point because you've got your this two of the three captains now back, just
Yep.
waiting for Sonny come. You've got Matters, you've got uh
Waiting.
what's his
Romero.
last name? Romero. So I mean, it's just all starting to come together. And I mean, if Matters, just him being on the field would be a huge boost. It's like,
And Van de Ven. He came back little iffy, right? When his fitness
yeah,
wasn't quite where it needed to
true.
be. He's now had that time. He's, probably worked on that cardio a little bit and hopefully he comes back and is sort of like there's a rhythm that they were able to either, build a little bit over this short break. Fingers crossed at least. I mean, let's see that happen and
So I know I waffled. I think we're going to end this, but I know I waffled on my prediction. 3-3. I think it goes back to the Etihad. I think it's 3-3. I hope they win, but I just don't know that we have it in us to keep goals out, especially if they, if they go, if we go up like maybe 3-2 with 70 or 20 minutes to go, De Bruyne is going to come on, and I don't know.
This is the test for that back line. If you got all these people coming out and saying Pedro Porro, who we haven't talked about at all, and Udogie are some of the best left and right backs in the league. Everybody knows that Van de Ven and Romero are in there being studs. Like, this is the test that they need. So I don't think Man City's scoring 3 goals, and if they do, I think that there's an issue at hand. I'd love to see I'd love to see a 3-1. I'd like to see a 3-1 Spurs.
Good.
If I were to have
I
it
think
my
it's
way,
gonna.
I
I
think
think it's gonna
that
be.
early goal that I'm talking about, we're gonna have I'm gonna predict goals right now.
Yeah,
I
but
think
an
we're gonna
early
have
goal.
Let him
James
finish.
Madison, James Madison place kick. We go up 1-0. Towards the end of the half, like normal, we screwed the pooch. We worked really hard for the first 45 minutes, and then in the 8-minute extra time, Man City's going to come back. That's going to be 1-1 going into halftime. It's okay. We're all right. We looked good for the majority of that first half. We come out. It's going to be scoreless 4 until the 80th minute. And I think we put 2 back late.
Wow.
That is
Third goal.
meticulous.
Third goal,
Wow.
just to say, like, we're not backing off at 2-1. I realized it was a late goal. This isn't Conte. This isn't Mourinho. Let's keep going.
I like it.
What do you think, Sam?
I think it's going to be a 3-2 result, but I think Tottenham's going to be the better side for the moment the whistle starts, the moment it ends. I think that it's a statement game for Tottenham. We always seem to rise to the occasion against City. I think the power of positive thinking is very alive. So I'm not here to watch a loss or a tie. I'm all in on
So
Tottenham
3-2
seeing this through.
Spurs. What if it's 3-2 City and it's still a fantastic game? Are you
I'm uninterested
happy with
in
that?
I'm uninterested in that.
I'm okay with it.
I'm going 3-2 Spurs, and I want to win. I don't see the sense in looking back on a 3-2 loss, and sure there's going to be positives that you can glean, but I want to win. So,
and I mean, look,
Yeah,
Dad,
totally agree.
you're going for 3 goals. I mean, I really hope that you're wrong.
I think there are going to be goals out the yin yang.
You would. I mean, I would bet that if I were listening to the other podcasts prior to Man City, you would be saying that same thing coming from Man City. And how many goals do they have?
we got Vicario. There can't be
They've
goals.
got no goals at the new stadium.
Yeah,
So-
but that's also when you're playing against that low block, the Nuno and Mourinho teams that just play defense and then, the counter-attacking foot. This is going to be completely different. It's going to be wide open. That's what's going to make it so exciting to watch. As a
You
neutral,
don't got Dyer in the back. There's no Dyer in the back this go around. You're not.
Moment of silence for Dyer. Okay, we can
I
move on.
watched the game yesterday. Actually, it's pretty good.
He needed to be cut loose.
I mean, he did, and I have nothing. I have nothing against Dyer. I think he was. They use this term all the time. I think he was a great servant for the club for a super long time. There were years where I thought he was going to be super awesome. There were years where it was like, I can't believe that you've got sort of like these Mourinho's and these Conte saying that he's one of the best center backs in the world. It's like, I don't know what you're looking at. He's a big boy. He's got good size. He doesn't have the speed, but if in the right system,
Well,
I think in the right system he
gone.
can fit. Yeah, he's gone. But again, he was a long-standing member of the Spurs squad, and I enjoyed him, especially under the Poach days.
Well, and it's also like when he leaves and Spurs Instagram account puts a homage to him, a 2-minute video of him coming in as a boy, you can't help but be like, oh, I forgot all the times that he duffed a kick that transitioned into a easy goal. Like you remember the good times, not the bad
or
times when you
put his
look at a
hands
video
behind
again.
his back and kicked his leg out, and then, like you just sort of dribble by him as
Or
he
let a
tries to
defender
defend
slip
it.
right in front of him, take the easy lay in.
Or let him take these free kicks outside the
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Eric
All
Dyer,
right.
free kick specialist.
So I'm saying 3-3. Matt's a 3-1. Sam's 3-1.
3-2.
3-2. We'll see. We'll come back. This has
All
been
right.
fun.
Are we done? Is this it?
I think so.
Sit.
All right.
All right. Quiz.
Quiz.